Hello my fellow feudalists. Today I'm coming to you with another tutorial, and you might be wondering what this is. So unfortunately, because it's nighttime, I can't show it. The lighting isn't perfect. But basically, you can build out onto the water by shoveling whole crap loads of material. And it takes a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So today I'm going to be showing you basically how to do that. But be forewarned, for the most part, if you want to get really long stretches like I have here, you're most likely going to want to use God mode. Otherwise, it's going to take you pretty much forever. So you find yourself a nice place that you want to start with, obviously, right on the beach. And you have to step into the water about the first tile's length, and then you can pour whatever materials you have onto the ground. Now at this point, you know, this isn't too material heavy. It isn't going to run you way too into your terraforming materials. Now once you do have some material plopped down, you can make it a little bit easier on yourself, I've found, by terraforming it into flattened ground, which gives you that nice square shape that you see over there. And this kind of allows you to create, I guess, sort of docks would be the best way to put it. Or at least things that look a little bit like dirt docks. Or whatever material you end up actually using. Now, once you have this one flattened square established, it becomes a lot easier. You don't have to dump any more materials. You can just go to the edge and click flatten ground here, and you can continue to add material until you are out of material. It looked like... I don't think I'm out of material. I think I can still flatten ground. Probably gonna throw... Yep, I threw copper on it, just for good measure. So as you come out here, you flatten one tile, and then from there on out, all you have to do is continue... It's best, I feel, to approach it looking at it from the side, and then just slowly cross over, and usually you'll get that nice green box following you along, and you can flatten ground to your heart's content. Or at least until you're out of material. So first off, it could be used to make a nice fishing pier. You can go out into the water a good ways and fish into like the middle of the lake, just to see if you can get some different catches. And actually I might experiment with that later, just to see if I get different quality fish further in the lake. Second off, you can use it as a sort of dock if you'd like. You can, you know, for RP purposes or just aesthetic purposes, and going off of that, you can also build on it if you use the proper materials when you're setting it down. All you'd have to do is make the top layer a layer of soil, and you can pretty much build whatever you want on it, but just remember that you do have to get all of the tiles nice, straight, and terraformed up. And as you get further and further out, it starts to take ridiculous amounts of material. So for example, you know, here I managed to do it in... I managed to make these two tiles nice and clear, but it took me about 2 inventory full of random materials, whatever I had in my inventory. In order to get out through there, the singular tiles start to take thousands of stones worth of terraforming material. So this probably isn't something for people who want to play in a legitimate way. It's really only applicable to those people who are willing to use GM mode or straight on hack things into the game. And let's be honest, with all the space, you can honestly use it as kind of a dumping grounds for your terraforming material. I did have another video showing how to store terraforming material, but it can be a nice alternative if you don't want to store it and actually use it. If you just need a place to dump it, you could come out to the lake and create this pier-like structure, and Honestly, I think there's another piece to it. If you wanted to, you could use hardwood or softwood logs, place them along this nice kind of runway, and make it look like a real wooden dock, if you chose to. Now, that would require a lot more effort, and I'm sure it would require a heck of a lot of trees, but I'm sure someone somewhere would actually be willing to take that up, and who knows, maybe one day if I get bored, I'll go ahead and do the same. Another thing you could do, if you had the material for it, would be to actually create a bridge structure, rather than simply having a small pier or a dock. You could feasibly make a bridge, or I guess not feasibly really, it'd be more like theoretically. The amount of materials it would take would just be mind-boggling, however, so I would not suggest it unless you are most certainly using God mode. Now, one thing that absolutely requires God mode to do, if you want to come out here into the lake, and say, instead of making those nice forays, those piers off of the beach, you instead want to make an artificial island. Well, this is something you can do, but in order to pour materials out while you're swimming in the lake, you need to have GM mode turned on. Once you're out here, you can just do that real nice and easy, but without GM mode turned on, you can't effectively do anything while you're in the water. Well, I hope you guys enjoy this small tutorial. See you guys next time. I've also discovered a fairly useful place to mine if you don't mind really crappy materials. Like if you just need a lot of certain types of ores, you can go ahead and take a look at my map position just to get a good idea of where I'm standing. Okay.